Hey, it's Ken Eastwood live at the corner of Commissioners, right at Victoria Hospital, as you can see, and actually come to visit my good friends at Canadian Blood Services. Easy to find right here just off of Commissioners at 840 Commissioners, and some interesting statistics for you today. Did you know that even though half of every Canadian will either need blood or knows somebody who will need blood, even though half of us are going to need it, only about 3.6 Canadians actually donate blood. Not a good ratio of people who need to people who give. So we're going to find out what the big deal is. Why aren't people donating blood? We're going to head over to Canadian Blood Services. So here we are at 840 Commissioners Road, and yep, this is Canadian Blood Services. As you can see, there is plenty of free parking. Alright, so that can't be the reason nobody donates. It's easy to find, and the people are really, really friendly. Let's go in and meet them. Alright, here we go. Good morning. So as you can see, it's pretty quiet at this point, but in about 3 minutes, this place is going to get really busy, we hope. We are sitting in the waiting chair. It's Ken and Jerry, our producer, who's decided he's coming to donate. When was the last time you donated?
When I was 18.
So just a couple of years ago?
Canadian Red Cross Society card.
Just to clarify, the Canadian Red Cross hasn't done blood donations in like eons. It's Canadian Blood Services.
1982 was the year I last donated.
1982, that's not a good sign. So we just need to sit here for a couple of minutes, and then we'll get up and we'll go into the little room and answer some confidential questions. Oh, Jerry, you're being called up. So, all right, have fun. Here we are. We're in the big chair. Hey, thanks. Look, there's Susie back there. Everybody's come to donate from Bob. Mary's gonna. I won't show her face just because.
That's okay. No, yeah.
You're okay. All right. Here's Mary swabbing the area. It's got to be nice and clean. And everything's. That sound you heard was the timer going off. How long do we have to scrub for?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. With just a plain alcohol swab. It's been 30 seconds yet. I'm bored. Mary's just putting the gloves on, getting ready to put the needle in. We're both going to show you how easy it is. No worries at all. All right, here we go.
Needle. Boop. That's it. I really hate that it's sloppy right there.
And I'm still upright. Didn't feel a thing. She's magic. And there it is, all covered up. Alright, here we are, still bleeding. Let's follow the magic route of the blood. There it is, coming out of my arm, down the tube, goes into the machine, into the centrifuge, it spins around, the plasma comes down this tube and into the bag. Then goes in reverse and returns red blood cells back to me. It's all good. All right, we're just about done donating here. As you can see, the plasma bag is almost full, and I got some questions. So, just the guy here, Chris Hardy's the Community Development Coordinator for Canadian Blood Services here in London. And first of all, explain to us, Chris, the 3 different ways people can donate. There's whole blood, and I think that's the one that people are mostly familiar with.
Yeah, we have the whole blood clinic here at the permanent site. So that's donating all components of blood. Blood is made up of 4 different components. Then we have the plasma clinic, which you're doing today, and we take plasma off of the donor and return the other components. And then we also have a platelet program. So we remove platelets from the donor and return their red cells and their plasma.
Okay, the plasma that I'm giving today, how many how many patients would you be able to help with my donation?
Yeah, the best thing about doing a whole plasma donation is your one whole plasma unit will go to one patient. So plasma goes to one patient, but it's a higher volume going to that one patient. So they don't have to receive from as many donors, which is more healthy for them to receive one from one person.
And what kind of things is my donation used for?
Plasma donations are used for patients that have undergone a burn treatment, need to expand their blood volume very rapidly. It's the water portion of your blood, so it's going to increase blood pressure. It's also going to be used to create different drugs that are manufactured from plasma, such as the clotting factors, factor 7, factor 8, that are used in hemophilia patients.
All right, let's talk a little bit about donating whole blood across the way and behind me. Tell me about the need. What kind of numbers do you look for, like on a daily, and a weekly, and a monthly basis?
Sure. In London, we're looking to collect, depends on the day, but anywhere from 30 to 50 units a day in London. Over a week, we look to collect just under 300 units. So it is a challenge. Every week, we need 300 units, so it's not just 1 week that we need 300 units, it's 365 days a year, every week.
And it's, what kind of shelf life does blood have? Because I think people think that, well, can't you just stockpile it and, you know, have it for a rainy day?
Well, yeah, no, blood does have a shelf life and it does expire. The plasma that you're donating can be frozen for up to 2 years. The red blood cells we can keep on the shelf for 42 days. But the platelets that we collect and that we actually use from the whole blood donations as well, we take platelets off of that, is only has a shelf life of 5 days. So it's something that needs to be constantly rejuvenated.
Now, the real challenge for Canadian Blood Services obviously is new donors, as long-time donors stop donating for whatever reason. You need to replace those with new donors. What do you think the biggest hurdle for people is? Maybe even the biggest myth that keeps people from becoming first-time donors?
Yeah, I think there's two. One is length of time, that people think that it's a big commitment to make. It is only an hour of your time. That's from start to finish. The actual donation itself only takes between 7 and 10 minutes, so it's quite quick. And the other fear is that it's going to hurt, that it's going to be painful. I think a lot of people are afraid of needles, and we just tell people that that people, when they have their finger poked at the beginning, often find that that's the most painful part. The needle is to get past some of that fear and think of the lives that you're saving each time you make a donation.
I can tell you from experience, it's true. That needle prick at the beginning, that's the worst part. Having the needle in your arm, not so bad. Chris, thanks a lot. Appreciate your help.
No problem. Thanks for coming.
Here we are, an hour later, and I'm full of cookies and juice, and hopefully I've made a difference in the world just with my little donation. And you can do the same too. If you can't just stop in and make a donation, please make an appointment. All you have to do is call 1-888-2-DONATE. Do something great.